Empower Black men to live extraordinary lives. Shatter the stereotypes. Power Black men, shatter the stereotypes. Power Black men to live extraordinary lives. Shatter the stereotypes. Shatter the stereotypes. Power Black men to live extraordinary lives.
Welcome to Shatter the Stereotypes, where the intention is to empower Black men to live extraordinary lives. This show is based on the simple idea that every Black man is capable of creating inner peace, dynamic health, great relationships, and financial abundance. Therefore, we provide insights and strategies to educate, motivate, and inspire Black men to reach their full potential and create the life of their dreams. So if you're ready for some high-octane motivation and inspiration that supports and empowers you to live the life you were born to live, get ready to shatter the stereotypes so you can build a life that lights you up and positively impacts the world. So now, let's shatter the stereotypes with your host, Coach Michael Taylor.
Hello and welcome to Shatter the Stereotypes, where my intention is to empower Black men to live extraordinary lives. You see, there's never been a shortage of Black male role models. There's only been a lack of exposure of those role models in mainstream media. So my intention is to showcase and highlight Black men who are doing remarkable things in the world. And my guest tonight is doing just that. But before I introduce my guest, I wanted to share something I was thinking about a few weeks ago. I was thinking about the positive contributions that Black people have made to this country. And as an optimist, I always look for the positive. So I was looking at the men I've interviewed on this podcast, and I was filled with pride of the amazing brothers I've interviewed over the past several years. I've interviewed doctors, lawyers, engineers, spine surgeons, White House medical officers, mayors, actors, teachers, therapists, activists, authors, and life coaches, just to name a few. And I realized that my dream of creating a platform to showcase Black male success has definitely come to fruition. And as I sat there looking at my YouTube channel, I realized there's something unique that Black culture has brought to America, and that something is style. And when I think about style, I think about Black music and the positive impact it's had on the world. When I think about style, I think about sports and how Black people added flair and passion to the game. When I think about style, I think about Barack Obama and how he brought style and swag to our nation's capital. When I think about style, I think about Neil deGrasse Tyson, who is a world-renowned astrophysicist who brings style and class to the scientific community. And when I think about style, I think about platform shoes and bell-bottom pants from the 70s. Now, try to imagine what this country and this world would be like without Black culture. It would have no style. It would be pretty darn drab and boring. But thank God for Black culture and style. And my guest tonight knows a thing or two about style. I've been following him on LinkedIn, and this guy epitomizes style through fashion. His name is Derrick Robinson, and he is a custom clothing professional and the creative director at Persona Custom Clothiers. And this brother has some serious swag. So without further ado, let's welcome Derrick to the show. Hello, Derrick, what's going on?
Hey, Mike, man, glad to be on the show with you, man.
All
And
right.
to just touch on what you said, the world would be dead and colorless without us.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, I've been following you on LinkedIn for a while. And I said, man, I love your style. And so when I put together this show, that's the first thing that came to mind. You really epitomize style. So we're going to talk about your business and your work. But before we do, let's jump into a few icebreaker questions. So first of all, tell us where you're from and tell us a little bit about growing up. What was that like for you?
Well, I currently live in Dallas, but I'm originally from Memphis.
Okay.
Yeah, so born and raised in Memphis, been in Dallas, I guess going on 10 years now. But growing up, I come from a family of entrepreneurs, pretty powerful guys, from like the Stacks era and all this stuff. David Porter's a bunch of preachers and all of that. So kind of been around stylish guys my entire life.
Gotcha.
Um, I can't sit up here and, jump out and say, "Oh, I grew up in the hood," and all of that stuff because I didn't. But, growing up in Memphis, man, Memphis has its own swag anyway. We
Yeah,
have our own way of talking, our own way of dressing, everything. Memphis is a culture within itself.
there you go.
Yeah, so,
Go.
I'm from that.
All right. Now, name a woman who's inspired you to be who you are.
My grandma,
Grandma. All right.
may she rest in peace. But yeah, my grandma, she was one of the baddest around.
There you go.
Nobody would outdress her.
What
Period.
what was her name?
And Dr. Lily P. Gray.
Lily P. Dr.
Yeah,
Lily Gray.
yeah. I come from a big Kojic family, so she was one of those. But as far as style, untouched.
There you go. Now, name a man that you look up to and admire.
Shoot, man, that would have to been my grandfather who just recently passed. So both of those, both of my grandparents were very influential in my upbringing. I was close to both of them.
Okay.
Mhm.
Now, if you were going to be trapped on an island for 30 days and you could only take one book with you, what book would you take?
Uh, that's a good question, man. Let me think, give that some thought. I don't know. That's a really, really, really good question, man. Trapped for 30 days, and that's
Mm,
all I got to do is read one book.
all you got to do, read one book.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
All right. Let's skip over that one. You like movies?
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
Name a movie that you like. Tell me why you like it.
Well, we just recently, the other day, we went to see The Woman King.
And what'd you think?
Very good movie.
I loved it.
Very, 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 very great movie. The storyline was perfect. The acting was incredible. I mean, they represented us well.
Yeah, and Viola Davis, man, she's just a powerhouse.
Oh
She,
yeah.
she's just a powerhouse.
And plus, I figured if you're gonna run and give Wonder Woman some money, go and run give our people some money too.
There you go. Yeah, give her some love. But it's just a great movie. It's just a
Oh, it is.
well done movie. And the director, I'm a big fan of that director because she's the one that did Love and Basketball.
Okay.
She did the movie on Netflix called The Old Guard. I don't know if you've seen that. One was pretty good.
Yeah, I saw the whole guard. Yeah.
I'm a big movie buff, so I always talk about movies. But yeah, that's it's the same director that did those movies. She's
Oh
really
yeah. No wonder. This is great.
yeah, it's a sister. So she's really sharp.
Mm,
Now, if I gave you a magic wand, and with this magic wand, you could create anything your heart desired, what would your life look like 5 years from now with that magic wand?
man, probably just be extremely wealthy and doing a lot of philanthropy work.
Okay.
Honestly, I wouldn't be sitting around worried about my personal business that I'm in.
There you go.
Probably be at a Bill Gates level and actually really helping everybody.
There you go.
You know, honestly.
Good vision there, helping out. Now, as a man who happens to be black, are you optimistic or pessimistic about the future in general?
Typically an optimistic kind of person by nature anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm never just sitting around with a woe is me kind of attitude and all of that type of stuff. Every day is a great day, regardless of what happens.
There you go. There you go. Now, I wrote a book titled The Cure for Onlyness, a Black Man's Guide to Joy, Passion, and Purpose. And in the book, I talk about the unique challenges that we as Black men have to go through when we're in environments where we're the only person of color. And I'm certain you've probably had that experience. So I'm curious, how do you navigate through those types of situations?
Well, honestly, I don't know if I've ever been
Okay.
like in a whole lot of environments where I'm like the only person of color. If I was, then I probably put myself in that environment by choice. It wasn't forced, but um, I don't know. I don't really
Not in that
deal
situation.
with not in that situation, and then I don't. really pay a lot of the others that much attention to the point that I'm going to be second guessing myself and looking down upon myself or feeling intimidated or anything like that. It-
Gotcha.
I'm not built like that. You
Gotcha.
know, I think
So let's
you have to
let's
be extremely confident in yourself.
there you go. So let's talk about Persona Custom Clothiers. So first of all, tell us about the company and what you do, and why did you choose the name Persona Custom Clothiers?
All right, so as you kind of mentioned in the beginning, I'm a custom clothier, so we make suits and custom shoes, shirts, in anything custom made for men and some women as well. But I've been doing this since 2010, maybe a little bit 2008, 9, slightly, but 2010 is when I kind of jumped full steam in because I was in the financial industry, and then just things, life happens. So I had to pivot and do something else. And I've been self-employed since '95. So it's kind of hard for me to fathom going and getting a job. So literally, I just said, all right, since my financial industry world is coming to an end, let me just do something else that I like. And I've always worn suits and everything. I'm 52. I think you probably like 36 or something. Well, you wouldn't know.
62, baby. 62.
Yeah, all right. Well, we're from the era where we actually dressed up.
Right.
Yeah, so I've been doing this stuff my whole life. So I just literally turned another passion, just turned it into a business.
Mm, nice. Now, I love your quote, and it said, art easily imitates life, but we'd rather focus on becoming living, breathing works of art ourselves. So does that summarize what Persona Custom Clothiers is all
It
about?
it yeah, it does, I mean, anybody can create a suit or whatever, but we tend to think that we create works of art. And we want, the person or our client base, we want them to be the canvas that we drape this art around. So, we want them to feel like, they are the works of art when they step out.
Nice. Now, tell us a little bit about your business partner.
Yeah, Liz.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It's a really, really good business partner of theirs. So I'm kind of, I founded the company. So mostly me, and she's been around, it's going on maybe 4 years now, something like that. But she's also a creative. She's a photographer, extremely smart. So she's well versed. She writes. She kind of matches the energy that I put into the company. That's kind of why I asked her to join.
Nice. Now, so let's go back to high school.
Hmm
Were you a sharp dresser in high school?
I was best dressed in high school.
Damn.
So I've been doing this,
That's you, huh?
yeah, since I was probably 2.
So, as an entrepreneur, what's the most difficult, most challenging part of running your business? What's the real challenge for you?
I mean, I think in a small business, the majority of our challenges will be trying to make sure, especially when you're small, like really small, just making sure there's a continuous flow of business coming in. So, that's always going to be everybody's thing. I think the
Yep.
big box stores, they're fighting with it now. They're losing a lot of their client base and struggling to figure out how to get them to come back. So
Yeah,
the small businesses, we have the same problems.
absolutely. Absolutely. So, what do you love most about running your business?
Oh man, like I said, I've been self-employed since '95. So, of course, that comes with, I probably work more hours than a lot of people, but it still is a very good source of freedom. You
Mm,
know, don't necessarily have to answer to anybody other than myself, the client sometimes.
yeah, yeah. Now, there's a ton of clothing companies out there, and they create these amazing photos and marketing videos and presentations on social media. But
Hmm
when you get the clothing, the material's usually cheap and don't fit right. And
hmm
a lot of the clothing apparently come from China. So I'm curious. So where do you get your fabrics? And do you outsource any of your work to outsiders, foreign companies, or anything like that?
I mean, we do everything overseas, of course, but
Okay.
mostly, and you're correct, a lot of the guys in this industry, probably the majority, work with China or Asian-based companies, whereas we work primarily with European-based companies. So it's a difference, you know. And at the end of the day, I'm not gonna knock anything coming out of China. It really boils down to who you end up connecting with. There are a lot of great companies over there. There are a lot of terrible ones as well, but the majority of the stuff, like I say, we deal with European factories to do everything.
Now, there's just a perception, just my perception maybe, but Europeans would be more stylish, maybe have a
Uh, I'm not gonna necessarily say that per
no?
se. And even if they were, they don't dictate what goes on within the business over here.
Okay.
You know.
So in terms of fabric, so teach us a little bit about fabric. So first of all, how do you keep up with like the best types of fabrics and know, finding the vendors in Europe? How do you keep up with all of that?
Oh man, I mean, that's my niche in the business. I think that's what I'm really, really good at. I'm a networker and a researcher. So, I mean, you want to build a helicopter tomorrow? Call me.
Okay. So
Yes, I'm great at sourcing,
okay.
and I
So
also travel too. So I actually, a lot of guys in the industry, we work with all these factories here, there, yada yada yada. I actually go.
okay,
I visit the factories.
okay.
Mm, You know.
So one of the things that I've wondered about is fashion shows. And I've actually never watched one on TV, but I've
hmm
seen, you see brief videos of designers and they have these outlandish outfits. And my judgment is
Yeah,
a lot of them
and I
have
don't
no
I don't know why.
style. Have no style. But of course, that's just my opinion. But I'm curious, in your line of work, do you do fashion shows? Do you participate and
I've
have them?
participated in a few.
Uh-huh.
There's a lot of work to them. I don't I don't like to do it as much because truthfully, man, it's just so much work, and I think unless you're in the right environment, it's almost like a waste of time.
Okay.
You know, I think if you're gonna do a fashion show, you need to be able to monetize that appearance or that effort, you know, soon, or if not immediately, doing right after the show. But a lot of these guys are doing these little local, really small fashion shows. I don't,
Mhm.
I don't really participate too much anymore.
So what's your primary source of new customers?
Um, I mean, social media is heavy.
Okay.
Yeah, LinkedIn is great for us. Instagram, I probably got amongst all of our various IG pages and Facebooks and LinkedIn's. I mean, we probably touch 100,000 people.
Yeah.
So, with that and our referrals are great too.
Yeah. And I mean, that's how I found you. So it's working, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Now, I'm sort of a tech guy. I love technology. And
hmm
I've noticed that a lot of companies now are offering these virtual sizing apps where you can basically size yourself by apps and phones and all of that.
Yeah, I
I'm,
don't. I,
I'm
I think that's kind of. I mean, it's cool that they're trying that, man. But at the end of the day, nothing's gonna beat the experience of actually having somebody put the tape measure on you, you actually sitting down with them, thumbing through the swatches. I mean, you know, the experience is better.
yeah, yeah,
So we sell the clothing and all of that stuff. We have a brick and mortar small showroom here. That'll never replace the experience.
right. Yeah,
Being able to, you can't take. I think it's going to be really, really hard to just totally get rid of the human factor in this
right.
business.
Yeah. And there's something to be said about, like you said, somebody there with you, looking at your body size, your body type,
Oh
and
man, all
getting
of
it
it,
just right.
the conversations that go along with it. I mean, the jokes, all of it.
Right, right.
Yeah, man, shoot, a lot of my really, really great friends have come, they started out as clients.
Okay,
But over the years, we just kind of clicked. Now, had it just been a totally online experience or virtual or whatever, that never would happen.
right, right. Now, in my intro, I talked about style. So I want to share a picture that
Hmm.
showcases style, and I want you to tell us about it. Let's see here. Where is Mr. All right, let's skip over that. Let's just get. I just want to talk to you about this particular photo. So first of all,
Okay.
who's the woman?
And that's my fiance
That's
Tashara
your fiance. When's the big day?
on our birthday,
Which is
March 17th.
March 17th, 2023.
No, yeah, March 17th,
March 17th,
2023.
2023.
Yeah, so we have
And
the
so
same birthday.
y'all have the same birthday?
Yeah, and the same last name.
What? How easy is that gonna be? You're not gonna have to make a lot of changes there, man.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
So basically, we just, our inspiration truly came from Jay-Z and Beyonce's photo shoot that they did, and we just put our own spin on it.
okay. And I love the color combination
Hmm.
with the dark blue on her sides to match your blue and then the light blue. And in terms of choosing color, who chose the color? You, her? How'd you come up with those colors?
How did we come up with those colors? Yeah, I think we both just really were at the shop one day and just said, all right, we need to do, engagement photos or whatnot. And I said, all right, how about let's kind of mimic the Jay-Z and Beyonce shoot? And we just started looking at some swatches and said, okay, this is what we're gonna do. I mean, it was that simple. It wasn't like a ton of thought that went
Yeah.
into it.
Well, I love that shot. I love the on the orange bedspread thing. Is just a beautiful shot. So let me go back here. Let's see here. So now, is your fiance also into fashion like you?
Not so much.
Not so much.
Yeah.
All right. So let's see.
Yeah, I'm a creative, so really it doesn't matter what the medium is. I I do it.
Okay.
Video work, fashion, music, whatever,
Got it.
anything artsy, I'm in tune.
Okay. So let's talk about hiring a custom clothing designer. So let's say I'm launching a new company and I want to create a new wardrobe. So I'm dressed for success, but I have no
Hmm.
idea. I have no idea where to start. So I learned about Persona Custom Clothiers and I set up an appointment to come to you and say, hey, look, man, I need you to hook me up with something. So walk me through that process of what you're going to tell me when I first come in and how you're going to walk me through.
I mean, really, when you come in and kind of, I just really need to know what the goal is. What are we trying to do? Where you going? What's the message that you're trying to convey when people see you and yada 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 and all of that. And as well, I need to know your comfort zones and thresholds and also what you might already have in your closet. And then we kind of, do that little quick interview and then pretty much take it from there. We'll start laying out swatches. Hey, what about this? What about this? What about this? So, sometimes guys kind of already have an idea of what they really want to do, and they just need us to bring it to life. And then in a lot of cases, we have guys that they just don't have a clue and almost don't even want to think about it. So they pretty much just give us like total creative control.
Mm, okay. So looking at a custom suit, what would be a good starting point for someone that's decided, I think I'd like to have a custom suit. I don't want to go to K&G. I don't
Hmm.
go to Macy's. I want a custom suit that fits me. What would be a good starting budget? Just ballpark.
I mean, well, we start around 900,
Okay.
and you can get a lot of stuff that's less cost less than that.
Right.
Then you can find a lot of companies that are charging substantially more for essentially the exact same thing. So it just really depends on where you want to play. But we think we are priced fairly. You know, it makes sense for us, and then it's not too crazy for the industry because a lot of stuff that we can do at that price would essentially be basically the same stuff that you could probably get at a Tom Ford.
Hmm.
You can get the same style. In some cases, you might get a fabric that's extremely comparable to what he's using to charge $4,000 for a suit.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, but
So,
I'd say in the industry anywhere between if you're between $800 and $1,100 in that ballpark, that's not too bad.
okay. So what would be a lead time to create a new suit?
We need about 3 weeks on average.
Okay.
Sometimes, you know, we can do stuff faster if need be, but that on average about 3 weeks.
Okay. So I'm curious. So what would be one of the most elaborate and expensive suits you've ever made for somebody?
Uh, I don't want to say that it was. I mean, we do everything, but I think Lamar Jackson's MVP suit was it ended up being pretty pricey because of the fact. Well, the fabric typically dictates what the suits cost.
Right.
And then he had like it was heavily embroidered. So,
Mhm.
the stitching fee drove it, pushed it up there.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so maybe his suit and you know some of the couple of other guys out there possibly, but I don't really be sitting around keeping up with who spent
Right.
what on a suit because I don't really care about all that stuff.
Gotcha. Now, if you had a choice and you could choose one celebrity to dress, somebody that you go, man, I'd really like to hook that guy with a suit. Who would you pick? Who would be that dream client?
I would probably that's a great question, man. There's so many great guys out there. I probably would do maybe because of his influence and he touches all ages. Maybe LeBron would probably make the most sense.
Mm,
'Cause there's a lot of guys out there, great people, but truthfully, I already work with a lot of the guys that I would want to work with, and they're not so high profile.
yeah.
But the guys that we grew up admiring, the Big Daddy Kanes and all of those, the Dougie Freshes and the Slick Ricks and all, the people who I was truly a fan of.
Right.
I already worked with those guys.
Nice.
So that to me, even though LeBron probably monetarily would make more sense,
Mm,
shoot, I'm happy working with the people that I per se idolized
yeah.
growing up, you know,
Nice.
you know.
Now, like I said, I'm 62, and I
Yeah,
remember.
so you know all these guys
Oh
that
yeah,
I'm talking about.
absolutely, absolutely. And I remember back in the 70s that I had a subscription to Flag Brothers. You remember Flag Brothers?
I know.
You don't remember Flag Brothers. See, back in the 70s, because see, I'm a little older than you.
Yeah, that's what you say.
Back in the 70s, there was a company called Flag Brothers. And I'm from Corpus Christi.
Okay.
And in Corpus Christi, you didn't have black shops pretty much. I mean, you just didn't have it. And so what I do is I had a subscription to this magazine or this catalog, if you will. And all the stylish brother clothes, man, came in Flag Brother. So I get my little Flag Brother catalog. Then we had the big lapels, the bell bottom pants, and the
Mhm.
platform shoes. And man, that was just like the bomb. And it was in the neighborhood, you were rated by, especially on the weekends, how fly you looked, right? So I'd walk in with my platform shoes, man, you couldn't tell me nothing, right? Flag Brothers obviously went out of business, but there was something unique about the catalog itself that allows you to see all these different styles and so forth. And you see stuff from television and so forth. So I don't see any those types of catalogs anymore. So in your business, do you have any type of a catalog that you send out other than, we do everything on social media now, and it's probably not cost effective to do a catalog per se. But in terms of marketing and showcasing your things, do you do anything other than social media, like
Mm,
flyers or
nah,
no? No,
I mean,
just not
nah, it,
just not cost effective.
it's not cost effective, and you know, nobody's looking for that anymore.
Okay. So
Everything is online.
every
You know,
you're
the
absolutely
major,
right.
or at least 95% of everything.
Right, right.
Yeah, just like getting stuff in the mail, man. I don't know why they still send out a lot of stuff because I get it every Wednesday, and I throw it straight in the trash. I don't even open it up.
All right.
So,
So now I want to take a stroll, and we're going to go through your site a little bit and look at a couple of things. Let me switch over here real quick. Da-da-da-da. And here's your site. And let's see. I was looking at. So just gonna kind of scroll through some of these
hmm
photos. And as you look at these photos, these are obviously clients. This
hmm
this is basically your catalog. So
Well,
of these shoots, when you sell your suits, do you also do the photo shoots?
oh, sometimes.
Okay. So
hmm
looking at some of these, like there was one, where did I see? Like I love the blue on the in front of those red doors.
Yeah, that's something that guy did. He
Oh
took a
yeah, that
good
was
pic. Yeah, he took a good picture and either sent it to us or he posted it or something, and maybe we took it like that. Yeah, but
okay. So let me go here. A couple other things I wanted to look at. Let's see here. Here we go. Prom pictures. So obviously you do a lot of prom wear.
oh yeah, yeah.
And so is that a big part of your business?
Yeah, prom season's always good.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And let's see. What about like fraternities? Do things with fraternities in it at all?
We do.
That's something that's good. That's
Yeah, there's probably literally nothing, as it relates to men's wear that we really don't touch. We might not put everything here on this website, but we pretty much do it all.
got it. Yeah, yeah, that's for sure. Let me see. Let me get. There was a video with that I want to say. There's some more pictures. So I'm just allowing the audience just to kind of see some of your work, some of your clothing. Any of these stand out as just, man, I really love doing that one, or
Shoot, a lot of them.
it's
Yeah,
a lot.
yeah, a lot of them.
See, like, brother's gonna have some swag, man. I tell you, that's what I love about style. Um, we just have this beautiful. Look at that. That's amazing. Now, for your big day, you got it all picked out. What you're gonna be wearing?
Yeah,
You got it all laid out, color scheme, the whole nine yards.
everything. I actually got full control of it.
What?
Yeah,
So the fiance knows that her man knows style, so she gonna trust you to hook that all up, huh?
yeah.
All right, let's see. Let me back this up real quick here. Let's see. I want to find the videos. Where's your videos that I wanted to see? No, that's
Under about.
about. Is that where they? Okay, campaigns. There we go. Yeah, this is what I wanted to see. Where was the one? This one. Okay. So I want to play this and just.
is her favorite song. Where she from is hard to say. Haitian born in Montego Bay, hard to plane and never made it back home. Found her way to New LA, cause she's attracted to bright lights and foreign cars. She never planned to fall in love, no, she just planning on trying to hear the movie start playing about her. Oh, but tonight she got her eyes on me. She know I like what I see. I need to quit before I get too deep.
Now, who coordinates those little videos, man? Those are beautiful.
Man, I got one of my guys here, Stack Moses. He pretty much does all of my video work for the most part, maybe with the exception of one or two of these. Yeah, but Stack is the man.
That's the guy. Now, I saw earlier the video with Michael Irving. Where was that one? Let's see. About
It might, maybe it's on the home page. I don't know.
let's take a look here. I thought that was kind of cool. There he is. Yeah, let's take a look at this one. My boy, Michael Irving. How about the Cowboys, Mike?
Good morning, Mr. Irvin.
Nice suit, Mr. Irving.
Like this on the first tape. It might be too much. I told him yesterday, right? I had that suit on every time. Man, he clean that stuff. I said, let me tell you something. Don't y'all try that every time I come in a simple suit. Everybody wanna, oh, you look so great. You look so great. As if I'm gonna take off my colors. I'm not taking off my colors. You're a Florida boy. We'll put on a yellow and come up in the house on you. And a bright yellow, boy, looking like a big-ass banana.
So how did you hook up with Michael Irvin?
Oh man, just one day, a couple. I don't know. I've been working with Mike now. I don't even know how many years now. But man, I was just out riding one day, and he's friends with one of my other guys, and they just called me out the blue, and he was like, "Man, I need you to come meet me, man. Mike needs some suits." And I'm like, "Mike, who?" Because first of all, I'm not even a big sports guy, so
Okay.
I couldn't have told you nothing about Michael Irvin. Yeah, because I don't really watch this stuff. I'm a participator. I'm not a spectator.
Okay.
Yeah, but I've been working with Mike now for I don't know, maybe about 5 years at least, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's kind
Now,
of like a really cool partnership that we have.
nice. So when you do a suit for somebody like a Michael Irvin and you see your suit on television, how'd that make you feel?
Man, it's a great feeling. I'm not gonna try to knock it, but prior to me being in this custom world, I was on television all the time anyway, so it's not like I'm new to it.
Okay.
Yeah, I had a great run in my other industry, so I'm used to it.
So tell me a little bit about that other industry. What were you doing?
Yeah, I was in the income tax industry.
Okay.
Yeah, fairly large player in the game.
All right. So
Mhm.
you're a numbers guy?
Not so much.
Not so much.
Marketing guy.
Marketing guy. Okay. So I want you to kind of help the people that are watching this that are thinking about going to a custom clothier.
Hmm.
So give them some tips on what they should be looking for when choosing someone like yourself to do some custom clothing work. What would be your advice?
Honestly, I would more so than anything probably try to look at some reviews. I mean, if they're really putting in the work, somebody that probably would have used them, and it wouldn't be that hard to find.
Mhm.
Uh, I would do that first of all, because that's gonna let you know whether or not they're even doing good work, or overpriced or whatever. That's to me, that's the main key. Do that first and foremost.
Yeah. So do your homework.
Do your homework, find out who you're dealing with. It's kind of like you're not gonna hire somebody to build your house without doing your homework.
Right.
Same thing. Don't just hire anybody to build your suit without doing some kind of homework.
So from a fashion perspective, give the audience some tips on when we talk about style, and like I says, brothers, we're pretty much stylish in our genes and our DNA. But as a expert in clothing, there's some people that say you should have a blue suit, you should have a black, you should have some basics
And
for your
you gotta have all your basics, your blues, your blacks, your grays, a few shades of browns, maybe even some burgundies, a burgundy suit or an olive suit would be great to throw in the mix. And then, if it's in your wheelhouse, do some plaids and all of that stuff. But man, style is subjective. Everybody's not gonna like the same style.
right,
So, who am I truthfully to say what's the best for anybody?
right.
Because everybody's style is different.
So with that being said, when you're working with someone, do you take into consideration skin color, skin tone, and all of that when
Yeah,
you do
sometimes, but
sometimes?
the majority of our clients are our people, and our people typically we can wear any color.
Right,
But at the end of the day, when it comes down to that, what it's going to boil down to is a person's comfort. You know, I probably would wear every color under the rainbow, but I don't know if you're going to be super comfortable in a pink or yellow or lime green or any of those colors. On the other hand, I put it on and make it look like, it came off of the GQ runway. Somebody else, if they don't have that, see, style is one thing, but more so than that, you gotta have confidence
hmm
when you wear your clothes. Because if you don't think you look good, ain't nobody else gonna think you look good. I don't care what you got on.
yeah. Oh yeah, you got to walk in with style, and style is not just something that's outside of you. Style is who you are, how
Yeah,
you how you show up.
you gotta walk in, and command the room.
Yeah, absolutely. So what's next for Persona? What do you got? Any big plans? Anything new? Anything
Man,
exciting?
I don't know, after dealing with this all this wedding stuff that we're putting together, thinking about tiptoeing into
Into what?
bridal.
Okay.
Yeah, because we're actually gonna custom make my fiance's dress. And so that'll be something totally different.
It's big business.
Yeah, I know it. Yeah, we don't need all of it, just that much of
All right. Now, as we wind down, I want you just to kind of give your final thoughts to the audience in terms of style, in terms of knowing who you are, and embracing that through your clothing. So, what's your final words of wisdom as the style man that you are? What are you gonna
I mean, truthfully, wear whatever you want, but whatever that might be. Just put it on, but genuinely wear it with confidence. You know, and you don't have to put it on thinking, hey, I'm gonna please this person, that person, or whatever, because you can't please everybody. Please yourself first when it comes down to what you're putting on.
And that really sums it up, because style is about you making a
Yeah,
choice and you being comfortable and confident in your own self to wear what works for you, what expresses who you are.
regardless of
Yeah,
whatever anybody says. Look at Kanye.
yeah.
He don't be giving a damn,
Right,
and
right.
he's pushed it on everybody. And now everybody's buying it, and some of that stuff is the ugliest stuff ever.
And he's selling a ton of it too. So Derek, now I want to give you an opportunity to, how can people find you? What's your web address?
www.persona persona store at .com,
Okay.
or they can go on Instagram, just Persona Custom Clothiers. Search under that. We'll pop up.
And I'm going to put a link underneath this video. So which would you prefer? Would you prefer to put your website or your Instagram page?
I mean, if they go to the Instagram page, it's truly a better gallery.
Okay.
So they really can see everything. And then from there, it's easy to find a website.
Perfect. Perfect. What I'll do is I'll put that link into Instagram, and we'll give everybody access to Persona Custom Clothiers. Well, Derrick, man, I just want to say thank you for spending a few little time with us. And man, I love what you're doing. I love your style. I love your work. And I'm gonna have to get up to Dallas area, man, and have you hook me up with a nice suit.
Yeah, man, I didn't even know where you were at. You're not
I'm in
that
Houston.
far.
Yeah, I'm in Houston, man. I'm 4 hours away.
Yeah, come on through, player.
I'll connect with you, man, because like I said, I'm actually, believe it or not, I've been thinking about or wanting to do a custom suit because I have an athletic build and I can modify suits with the pants and the jacket because they give me, I have the 44-inch chest with the 32-inch waist, and you can't get suits that,
Yeah, man, by the time you buy, a nice suit, I ain't saying a KNG one. But
right.
if you go buy a nice one off the rack, and by the time you go pay somebody to alter everything down, you might as well go custom.
Get it custom, man. Get it custom. Oh, last question. Shoes. We didn't talk about shoes.
Yeah, we custom make those too. So, I mean, mostly we can do some sneaker styles, but mostly dress shoes. So if there's a dress shoe style out there, we can actually make it.
Really?
Yeah, so all we need is a picture of it and your true US size. Just send us a picture and say, okay, D-man, I saw this, whatever, this Tom Ford. They ain't got it in my size, but I want it in XYZ colors. We'll just make it.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty much that simple.
So just ballparking, just an idea to do a custom shoe. What we
started 500. So
500 for a nice custom to your feet.
Yeah, it's not even anything super crazy,
Yeah, that's reasonable. I didn't think it'd be that cheap. All right, man. Well, again, I appreciate you, man. Continued success in everything you're doing, man. And I can assure you that I'm gonna sneak up on you one day. So are you generally in your office there? Or?
By appointment.
By appointment only. Gotcha. I'll hook you up. All right, man. Thanks again for hanging out with us. We appreciate you.
Yeah, likewise, Mike. Appreciate you, brother.
All right. Take good care of yourself.
All right, you too, man.
All right.